Namaste, Jai Bharat. In Bharat, we have a concept of Bhasmasura. Bhasmasura gets a boon from Shankar Bhagavan that wherever he touches, that thing turns into ashes. Bhasma, ashes. So the Asura means non-Sura, gets such a power through his tapasya from Shankar Bhagavan. Shankar Bhagavan is Bhole. He would give when he loves someone. So Bhasmasura then went around destroying everyone. Now, missiles or nuclear warheads are very, very extremely destructive. We have had experience of nuclear, very, very rudimentary, crude, basic nuclear atom bomb in Second World War, which put an end to Second World War in Hiroshima and Nagasaki by none other than the US. For whatever they boast of, whatever they say, they have done it. And then the world rather agreed one another that no one will use it anymore. From that comes, the nuclear treaties, etc., where almost everyone agrees that we no first use of nuclear weapon. That is what, or that's only up to what they could reach. But then, how many people in the world can be trustworthy is a question. We know that people say things and they don't follow. One case is that of Pakistan. They can't be trusted. They are not trustworthy. They'll do anything for their gains. And that too, not long-term understanding, immediate gains. They don't see beyond their noses. That's how they have destroyed themselves. And same is the case with Iran. Such people in the world should not have nuclear weapons. Pakistan is supposed to have nuclear weapons, but they have not made it. They have no capability of making nuclear weapon, and they have no capability of launching it by themselves. They don't have such capabilities, but our great friend US had put their stockpile in Pakistan for their use, not for the use of Pakistan for obvious reasons. I'm sure that not for the use of Pakistan, but for the security and defense of the US. They have kept so many things, so many stockpiles in Pakistan under their custody. Of course, certainly maybe not under the custody entirely. It must be under the custody of the US in Pakistan. So from that, the Pakistan used to boast that we are nuclear, we'll nuke you. They come to social media and speak to Bharat that we'll put nuclear bomb. We will do this. Such thoughtless people, they are such thoughtless society that is. So that's nothing unusual. That's why I say they're not very responsible with such delicate things. Delicate they are. Not simply serious and horrifying, but they're also delicate. So this is the case with Pakistan. Similar is Iran. Iran, under the dictatorial regime, I'm not talking about the people of Iran. People of Iran still could carry some of the leftover Sanskriti or culture of the erstwhile Persian. But then Pakistan do not have that. They have lost it. At least the dominating Pakistanis who are the Punjabi Pakistanis, they have lost all the Punjabi pen. And they are something else somewhere else. I don't know how to name them, how to place them in conceptually. So Iranian people, of course, are not that. But in Iran's regime is very dictatorial, and they would do anything, and there's no surety what they will do or that they won't do. We have seen that Iran had been fighting proxy wars in multiple fields, and I need not to make any narratives. People should understand they had been making proxy wars. And when they were up to making nuclear warheads, well, no one has any other choice other than destroying their nuclear capability. This, of course, will put Iran back in so many years, 30 to 50 years, they go back in time. But that one has to do. Now, the entire world, who will build the cat? Everyone wants Iran not to have nuclear weapons. And they are the first ones who would make nuclear weapons in Islamic world if they make. Pakistan you don't count because it's not made by them. It's put there by US, and of course they know how to defuse or destroy, possibly. So, who will build the cat? And you have somebody in the entire world who will do this such dirty job, and that is our great friend Israel. So US will not explicitly, they want to play the good boy game, the gentleman good boy game. We don't know, we don't know. But then they desperately want the Iranian nuclear abilities to be destroyed. And of course, Israel he has no other way, because these people are taught to destroy the Jews and the Hindus. Hindus became additional. The Jews and the Hindus right from beginning. So Israel is helpless and Bharat is helpless. So Israel went out to destroy Iran. And if you look at the war strategy of our Bharat's conflict with Pakistan recently, uh, last month, and Israel's conflict now with Iran, you find a lot of parallels. Both have one objective of destruction of the nuclear arsenal. Bharat had greatly destroyed Pakistan's ability to go for a nuke program. Of course, they have never meant. They had keeping it under their custody. Even that was destroyed to a great extent. And Iran, they were indigenously making nuclear bombs. They have almost enriched the uranium to the requirement of converting it into a nuclear weapon. And that time has come. Israel can't wait anymore. Once they make it, for sure it will fall on Tel Aviv first, then it can fall on anywhere. It can fall on anywhere. That's why irresponsible people. And without all those things, these people are so loud mouthed. They say so many things and without thinking. Obviously, without thinking, they speak such boisterous sentences. And such people who, without thinking, making boisterous sentences, would do it also. Because they don't think beyond them. They don't see beyond their noses. They don't think in the future. They don't bother about themselves getting destroyed, because they are convinced of a life after death. And that is a very serious intellectual problem with such people who think that their actual life begins after death. So they are ready to die. Now, with all these things put together, 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 2 6, plus 2 8. That's what happens in the geopolitics. And Israel had to do it, and Israel has done it for the entire world's sake. For the entire world's sake, one should acknowledge that. Now, at least they have destroyed Iran's nuclear capabilities. I think near total it is. And then, of course, Iran was hitting them back, and we have this. They also have such wonderful defense systems. They send missiles as base in waves. They send missiles, so many numbers, or this drones. Of course, when Israel's drones fly to Israel, you must ask. Its origin is not from Iran, because Iran is too far. It must be somewhere near. Their terrorist outfits who are equipped with such drones, and when time comes, they will throw it to Israel. And of course, Israel has got an exceptionally wonderful air defense system, and they've destroyed most of them. But with such amount of new warheads coming to Israel, some are bound to fall in somewhere near in place. But then their defense is exceptionally good, and of course Iran failed. So the net result is that Iran has gone back in time with the arrogance of a dictator. Gone back in time, and who suffers? The people of Iran. Such a redemption is needed in Iran. They should go for a regime change. And if they go and turn themselves into democracy, then Iran will be as good as any other nation in the world. But then this logic won't apply in Pakistan, because they're systematically and structurally corrupt society. You can't save them. Otherwise, Pakistan is a democracy for namesake. But then they are systematically corrupt from within. Their structure is destroyed from within. They're corrupt in the sense destroyed from within. Not that kind of corruption, system corruption, structural corruption. Structurally, they are not correct. Incorrect they are. So that society, I don't know what kind of redemption is possible to the society, but for Iran it is possible. A regime change would make a lot of difference to Iran, and within no much of time, they'll come back to normalcy. The people have not destroyed themselves. They have not entered into a stage of no redemption. Things can be alright. So this is an opportunity for Iranian people to get rid of the dictator, whosoever it is, whatever name it takes, whatever protection it takes from whatever religious authority might assume. But it's an opportunity for it to get back to democracy and live normally like others. Don't live for someone else. Live at least for your own sake, not for a life after you die. At least live this life. Then, if there is a life after death, then you see. But don't destroy lives in anticipation of a life after death. We shall meet again with some other thing. Namaste. Jai Bharat, Jai Shri Ram.